There are two things you need to know about Concrete Jungle. One is that it's a show that just makes you feel good. It's stylish, fast-paced, and the plot keeps you guessing all the time. The second thing you should know is that it follows the lives of two families of Italian mafias operating in 1980s New York City. In this show, there's no shortage of backstabbing, deceit, and murder. And with season 2 just around the corner, we thought it'd be fun to explore the rules of the Mafia from the world of Concrete Jungle. So grab your espresso, put on your finest suit, and get ready because we're about to go to church. We mean mob. No one. Never trust anyone but your blood. If you've ever been living under a rock and haven't yet seen the first season of Concrete Jungle, here's a quick recap. In short, there are two main families, the Lucchese's and the Corleone. Both are run by powerful bosses who are unafraid to use any means necessary to achieve their goals. But as the story unfolds, it becomes clear that they're not what they seem. There's a lot of hidden agendas, secret romances, and shocking betrayals. For example, at the beginning of the series, we're led to believe that these two families are sworn enemies, locked in a deadly struggle for power and control. However, as the series progresses, we discover that the rivalry is as deep as it seems, and there is more uniting them than dividing them. What's really going on? Well, let's just say that the old adage, keep your friends close and your enemies closer, comes to mind. This unexpected twist is one of the many reasons why Concrete Jungle is so addictive. You can never quite predict what's gonna happen next. But if you do decide to watch the series, you only have to look at the title to see how this show explores the idea that family is everything. Throughout the series, the characters demonstrate that they would do anything to protect their own, even if it means sacrificing their own morals and principles. No! To be loyal or get whacked. In the ruthless world of organized crime, loyalty is everything. Betraying a member of your crew is the ultimate sin and will have serious consequences. In fact, it could cost you your life. But don't worry, we're not gonna make you choose between the Borgias and the Medicias, because Concrete Jungle takes us inside the world of the Italian-American Mafia, where we learn what it takes to survive. To keep their power and influence, members of the Mafia must be fiercely loyal to one another. This means staying silent when you're interrogated by the police, no matter how much pressure they put on you. It also means being ready to defend your fellow mobsters with your life, even if they've done something you don't agree with. But if you think that sounds intense, wait till you hear this. In the world of the Mafia, loyalty isn't just expected of the rank and file. It's demanded of everyone, including the bosses. And if anyone dares to cross the bars, well, let's just say they won't be around for much longer. Number 3, omerta is everything. Now let's talk about omerta, the code of silence. This is an unwritten law that all members of the Mafia swear to uphold. Basically, if you know something happened, you keep your mouth shut even when the cops come knocking. In fact, the Mafia takes the whole what happens in Vegas stays in Vegas thing to a whole new level. They have a saying that goes like this: blood and guts, family and honor. In other words, if you're in the Mafia, you gotta keep your mouth shut, no matter what. No! For respect, the chain of command. In the world of the Mafia, there's a strict hierarchy, and it's important to respect the chain of command. This means that when you're given an order by your boss, you follow it without question. In Concrete Jungle, we meet Michael, a young and ambitious member of the Lucchese crime family who's eager to prove himself. But he soon learns that climbing the ranks in the Mafia is no easy feat. There's a lot of backstabbing, power struggles, and betrayals as Micah navigates the treacherous waters of organized crime. He has to learn the hard way that in the Mafia, loyalty and obedience are everything. Let's just say his journey to the top is paved with some pretty unexpected twists and turns. So if you're thinking about joining the Mafia, remember this: respect the chain of command or you'll be history. No. 5. Don't get too friendly with the feds. In the world of Concrete Jungle, it's not enough to just stay out of prison. You also gotta be careful about who you trust. In one of the most iconic scenes in the series, A character named Junior makes the mistake of getting too friendly with an FBI agent. What happens next is a masterclass in suspense as the full weight of the Mafia's power and ruthlessness is brought down on Junior, serving as a warning to anyone else who might be tempted to cross the line. It's a tense and terrifying reminder that in the world of the Mafia, trust is a dangerous thing. Remember, the Mafia has its fingers in every pie, from gambling and drugs to extortion and murder, and they won't hesitate to use any means necessary to protect their interests. So if you're thinking about becoming a mobster, remember to keep your friends close and your enemies closer, especially if they're wearing a badge. No! 6. Silence is golden. The Mafia places a high value on discretion, and silence is seen as a virtue. Members of the Mafia are expected to keep secrets close to their chests, even when they're not directly involved in criminal activities. This means not gossiping about other people's business, not revealing sensitive information, and not asking too many questions. In fact, the Mafia has a saying, "It is better to be thought a fool than to open your mouth and remove all doubt." This is because the Mafia believes that loose lips sink ships, and that one wrong word could lead to big trouble. That's why if you want to survive in the concrete jungle, you gotta keep your mouth shut and your ears open. Just remember, the only thing that can get you whacked faster than being a snitch is being a stupid snitch. No. 7. Only the boss can go to the mattresses. Going to the mattresses is a term used in the Mafia to describe the state of open warfare between two families. It is a last resort when all other options for resolving a conflict have been exhausted and tensions reach a boiling point. During this time, members of the Mafia take extreme measures to protect themselves and their families, such as moving to safe houses, carrying weapons, and avoiding contact with anyone outside of their immediate circle. The goal is to prevent the other family from gaining the upper hand and to strike back at an opportune moment. It's a dangerous and risky move, but sometimes it's necessary to protect the honor and integrity of the family. But remember, only the boss has the authority to declare war and lead his family into a battle. Any other member who takes matters into their own hands risks being disciplined, demoted, or worse. And finally, no. 8. Cash is king. The Mafia is a business, and like any business, money is the lifeblood that keeps it running. That's why in the world of concrete jungle, having cash on hand is crucial for survival. When you're a member of the Mafia, you're expected to be prepared at all times for whatever situation may arise. That means having enough cash to bribe a cop, pay off a debt, or make a quick getaway. In this series, we see how having cash on hand can mean the difference between life and death. So if you're thinking about joining the Mafia, remember to keep some cash in your pocket at all times. After all, in the world of organized crime, cash is king. So now you know some of the rules of the Mafia, but remember, this is just a TV show. In real life, organized crime is a serious issue that affects real people. If you or someone you know is involved in criminal activity, please seek help. Thanks for watching and see you next time.